Inske istongo pahaklosli takodjivkaros istichara muskogi. Micco Chlucco Chiantamo Seminole istahukki. I am the Long Warrior, known to the white man, the king of the Seminoles. I have come here to share with you our story, we the Seminole. Chiantamo is how you say hello in Seminole. Say it, Chiantamo. I come from a great tribe far to the north, Muskogean people, the Oconee tribe. We have moved down to this region many years ago with the cow keeper, our old chief, Ahia. We have come to the Alachua Prairie, to our village of Cuskawilla, now we call it. There, our people live. We have become good friends with the British. The British have brought us good trade. We like their trade much better than that of the Spanish. We have allied ourselves to the British and made treaties with them, giving some of our lands to them. At Fort Picolata in 1765, I met Pakpagi, as we call him. Pakpagi means flower hunter. You know him as William Bartram. Pakpagi is welcome in our village. Our old chief has told him to feel as if the village is his as well. We Seminole, a name given to us by the Spaniards who were here before the British. They call us that, meaning wild or runaway. We have broken away from our homelands to the north, the lands of Georgia and Alabama. Many Miccosukis and Uchis, Muskogees have come down here, and now we are the Seminoles. A name has been given to us. Our ancient people lived for thousands of years upon this land. They used only what nature gave them. Nature gives us all we need to survive. All we have to do is learn how to use those things in nature, and we can live, just like our ancestors did. Here at the St. Johns River, there was an ancient tribe before us, the Timucua. There were many groups of them, the Patano, the Ocalis, Saloy. The chiefs sometimes warred upon each other, but back in their times, they used only what nature gave them, the earth, the clay, to make some of the oldest clay pots found today in the United States, found right here along the St. Johns River. Our pottery to cook our food in our villages. In our villages, our houses are made with the leaves of the palms. We take the palms and put them on the roof, and this makes a hut we call chickie. Can you say that? Chickie. It means house in Seminole. Our chickie huts are open on the bottom, and they allow us platform areas that we sleep upon at night. In our way of travel by foot, we have also adopted to the horse that the Spanish has brought, and many of our villages have many horses and cattle nowadays. But we also traveled by the canoe, the dugout, by burning out and chopping out large trees like cypress. We could build these canoes, sometimes 20 feet long, to travel up and down the St. Johns River. Being along the rivers of Florida, we are fishermen. We fish the waters. Fishing, a big part of our native survival is to use the water realm, from the oysters and clams and crabs to the fish that swim in it. This trap is made of grapevines. It's made to be set in the water in one spot. Sometimes walls would be built with sticks or rocks even, piling them to guide the fish right into the trap. When the fish go inside, sharp spikes facing in keep them from coming back out. To untie this right here, I can open up the trap and I'll take out the fish. We also use spears. This gig is carved out of bone. Whenever it stabs into the fish, it comes off and sticks in the fish. The fish takes off swimming. If I start pulling on the rope now, it'll rip out and the fish will be gone. Instead, this float will follow the fish floating on the water until he's worn out and too tired to get away. Then we'll pull him in. This is made of a gourd, which grows in our garden. We also use hooks. These hooks are carved of bone, deer bone and alligator bone. And strings will be twisted of yucca and many other fibers of nature like barks and grasses. The corn cob acts as a float, floating on the water. The shell acts as a sinker, and the hook, that's to catch your fish. We did lots of fishing in our villages. We also grew gardens of corn, beans, and squash. In the ancient times, our tools would have been made with what nature gave us, like rock and shell. These are the kinds of tools used in the days of my grandfathers, long before the white man arrived on this land. They learned to break the rocks, chipping them very sharp. They made axes. They also made knives. This rock is made from coral, shaped to be a blade for the knife. The handle is made from the jawbone of an alligator, the tendons of the deer to tie it with. When we hunted the animals, it wasn't to be mean. It was so we could live, so we can survive. We would hunt these animals, offering a prayer, telling the animal we are sorry, and nothing we will throw in the garbage and waste. We will use all of him. Let's take the deer, for example. Can you say icho? Icho, deer. The deer skins make many of our clothing. Long before the white man's cloth, like the shirt I'm wearing, our clothing was made of skins of the animals and woven fibers. This deer hide is from a buck, meaning it's very large. I can leave the hair on and make a rug, or I can take the hair off by soaking it in water with some ashes of the fire. It'll slip the hair. We can use that skin now and turn it into leather with something else of the animal, the brain. The animal brain has tannins, and those tannins soak into the hide and cure it and turn it into leather, keeping it from rotting by using the tannins of the animal's brains. Every animal has enough brain to tan his own skin. The brain tan makes very soft leather. It's used to make things like my leggings, my shoes, my pouch, and sometimes even our coats are made from this leather. We can also take the same deer hide, and instead of making it soft by tanning it, we can dry it in the sun and make rawhide. The rawhide can be used to make things like drums, or cutting it into strips, we can make it into lacing, which can be used to tie things together, like that tomahawk that I showed earlier. If I take the hair off the deer's hair can be made into many things as well. Notice the headdress I'm wearing. It is made of animal hairs and feathers of the birds. It's held on my head by a braid from my hair. We also use deer hair to make many other things. We might disguise a fishing hook with some deer hair or animal hairs. This hook is carved out of shell and animal hairs to disguise it, to look like something swimming in the water. In this case, the deer hair was used to make a blow dart. The blowgun was a weapon used by many of the tribes of the South, including the Seminole. The deer hair, when I blow through the blowgun, it shoots this out to hit small animals like squirrels. And by the way, boys and girls, don't shoot bears with blowguns. Good way to get chased by a bear. Speaking of which, I have here. Can you say Nokos? Nokos, the bear. His skin will keep me warm when it is cold out. His fat, we will cook it and make it into oils for cooking. In this case, I have taken the fat of the deer. Deer fat is also used as an oil. I've made it into a candle by dumping the oils of the deer, the fat oils, into the shell. It will dry, and the wick is made of grass that has been twisted. When it's lit, it burns just like any candle would. Maybe I'll take that deer's foot and I'll dry it stiff. Make myself a digging tool. Maybe I'll take the bones from that deer's leg, crack them on rocks, scrape them sharp, make picks and pins and daggers. Animal bones make many of the tools that we had. This is the deer's toe bone. If I split this in half, it's very easily carved into a hook. The deer's toenails can be boiled and melted into glue, or they can be tied around the leg to make a rattle in our stomp dances. Inside the deer's toenail is another little bone, very, very sharp on the tip, and it's perfectly shaped to be made into an arrow. Would you like to see my arrows? These are my arrows. They're for hunting the animals like the deer and the bear. And yes, we even have buffalo here at the prairie. Florida's buffalo. We use their skins. We use their bones and their meat. My bow here is made of hickory wood. The string is made of the skin of a squirrel, twisted with another skin, making it very strong to shoot the arrows. Some of my arrows are made of bone, some are made of shell. This one is made from the scale of the garfish. I have taken the garfish and made it into a quiver in which I can hold my arrows. It keeps them nice and protected thanks to those hard garfish scales here on the outside. Another quiver the Seminoles use is made from the tails of the alligator. The meat of the alligator is very good, and the skins of the alligator is very tough. In this case, I have taken the alligator's foot and I have made it into a pocket in which to keep stuff in. I am wearing the teeth of the alligator around my neck in this necklace. The alligator's meat is good. Alligator, say it with me. Halpata, halpata, alligator. Fish, flatho, flatho, fish. Turtle, loja, loja, turtle. Imagine having a turtle shell for a plate to eat out of tonight. That's how it was in our villages. For thousands of years, native people lived off of only what nature gave them. As Europeans arrived, they brought their metal tools. They brought their horses and cows and pigs. They brought their cloth clothing. They brought metal and iron cooking pots. The Spanish, but the British had the best things. We demanded the British trading posts keep trading with us, even when the Spanish came back into Florida. The British had good things. All we have to do is trade our deer skins, and our deer skins were like money. Do you call your money deer skins? How about bucks? $5, $10. It would take 50 deer skins, 50 buck skins, big ones like this one, to get this gun. That would be a stack of deer skins as tall as my waist. Once I get this gun, my hunting is now much easier. I don't need to use a bow and arrow no more. I have a gun. But with the gun, I have to keep trading to get powder, to get lead for bullets, and to keep the tools needed to keep it working right. And so the gun, I have to keep trading with the English. Every time I trade deer skins, the deer begin to disappear in our woods. There'll come a time when there's hardly any deer left, and the deer skins are not valuable like they once were. We trade land now to the British. A little bit here, a little bit there. This land that we give them, in return, we will get metal axes, lots of guns, and many nice things the white man has. Glass beads, shiny silvers, and silk cloth. We like these things they have. We have become friends with the English. I will meet William Bartram again. 1774, he will come to our village of Cuscowilla. There, he was welcomed by our chiefs and told to live about our lands as if it were his own. We call him Pukpagi, the flower hunter. He is studying many things of nature, and living with us, he is learning a lot. Here is something I would like to show you how to do. These are the bones that came from a wing of a turkey. Do you eat turkey? When you do, save these bones. They come right out of the wing of a turkey. If you take the bones and scrape them on a hard rock, you can scrape the ends off and poke something through the middle, make them hollow with some hot water. You have two hollow bones. You can put the two bones together, and now you have a turkey call. Very simple. The sound is made by drawing in with your lips tight against the edge of the turkey bone. My hands act as an echo chamber to cup it and make it sound deep. So boys and girls, it has been an honor to share with you a little insight into our world, the Seminole. And while you're traveling about, if you see Billy Bartram or Pukpagi out there, tell him we are waiting for him to come back and visit us again in our village of Cuscowilla. We say no goodbyes. Hadam de hijakli, until we meet again.